Darren Gloster from, is it Gloster? Gloucester.
It is Gloster, yes.
Sorry, that's a bad start to my testimonial. Your testimonial. Thanks for showing up today, sir. Just finished first 6-month block of working with Inspire Tribe, and we've been working with some of your leadership team. Talk to me. Why did you start with us, and how have you found it?
Started with you guys on the back of some work that our CEO was doing, and my business partner, and he shared with me the value that he was getting out of the sessions that you guys were having together. You and I, Nick, had a conversation almost 18 months ago now, and over the Christmas period, and a lot of what you said resonated with me. I think the major value that has been really good has been the simplicity of the framework and the ability to use that to, I think, introduce difficult conversations within the organisation, refer to the framework as a way to soften some of those conversations and make them perhaps less combative, and also certainly personally given me the opportunity to reflect about how others think and why they might be thinking certain ways, and how to cope with that and how to grow as an individual.
Cool. And the frameworks are crazily simple, like circles and squares. When you first started learning about circles and squares, what was the initial thought process there?
On the first call, I thought you might be batshit crazy, but after about 5 minutes, I think it was the simplicity that really resonated, and the fact that I could see how, regardless of what your perception of emotional intelligence or thinking might be, it was something that the organisation could really centre around because of its simplicity and because of its ease of use. I think we did a one-day workshop as our starting point for the organisation, and really quickly, by almost by lunchtime on that first and only day that we did, everybody had got their head around the framework, and then it became far more practical in terms of providing examples and stories and working through kind of real-time work problems. So it was really good and easy to adopt.
Awesome. Now, you're a successful guy who's working with me not because you had any challenges. It was more just the challenge of working with me. What's it been like showing up?
At times confronting, at times very valuable. At times, I think we've had some very robust conversations. Allow me to at times also go down into the deep, dark bowels of some of my own personal philosophies and agendas and all those sorts of things. I think the thing, regardless of how robust the conversation may have been, the thing that has resonated the most with me has been that I've always thought about it a lot. So we may have had a robust or heated discussion over a period of time where you've really challenged me personally. And I've thought about it a lot in the next 48, 72 hours, something like that. And to me, that's been the thing that I've always come back to, and that I must be finding some value in all of this, because you've really provoked it. Yeah, you've really provoked some thoughts that I haven't just been able to let go of, So, yeah, I think it's been valuable in that regard, for sure.
So if you look at your life as a whole, how do you think the coaching's impacted you, sort of personally, from where you started and what you thought you might get out of it to what you've actually got out of it?
Yeah, as you said, I mean, I didn't really come in with any, burning platforms of anything that I wanted to solve personally. Much more aware is probably the thing that I've come away with. So much more aware of how my personality and approach affects and impacts others, how I can be more effective as a business leader, how you can be more successful in life, where your shortcomings and blockers might be. And we talk often about that, you might have a self-perception of where you've gotten to and how you've gotten to where you've gotten to, that you've got potential to be much more than that. And that's probably been the biggest thing that has come out of it so far.
Awesome. I often say with normal coaching, without the frameworks, once the coach is not there, your growth sort of stops a bit. How do you feel about being able to continue on your own journey and continuing to go deeper within yourself moving forward?
Yeah, I think it's going to be something that, like any new skill, the 6 months has certainly helped because we've talked, regularly. I do find myself wanting to go back to the quick reference guide a little bit, and want to grab that and look at that and talk through that. So I think some kind of ongoing education is going to be important. and whether that's, you know, having others within the organisation that continue to go through it and bounce ideas off one another, whether it's continuing to engage in some of the other product or service offerings. I think they're all going to be kind of important, because it's certainly something that you're not going to get mastery at the end of, well, certainly I wasn't able to anyway, get mastery at in 6 months.
Good, but do you feel you've got enough that if I got hit by a bus, or we got hit by a bus, the whole team, that
it's certainly going to stay with me forever. And I absolutely think about things very, very differently than what I did going into it, that's for sure.
Great. Final question that's actually pertinent to the time that we're doing this recording, which is mid-COVID-19, or it's probably not mid, it's actually closer to start.
Yes.
How are you feeling in the uncertainty of this?
I'm fine. That's probably more because my personality than anything else. I've got a much greater awareness of the world around me, and the troubles that as a society that we're faced with, and the helplessness that people have, that they've had their lives turned upside down completely at no fault through their own. I was literally just talking to somebody on our marketing team who happened to be stuck internationally when all of this was unfolding, and the rapid rate of change that she experienced over 72 hours. So yeah, I mean, just awful feeling, and I'm not sure I would have been as self-aware, 6 months ago.
And that's a good thing, right? to have those.
Correct, it is a good thing. It's absolutely a good thing. Yeah.
Wonderful. Anything else? Well, one word that you'd use to summarise your journey, or the arms journey thus far?
Can it be 2 words?
Yep.
Thought-provoking.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Been a pleasure to work
Nick.
with you, and I shall